My name is Joey, and this is the Gandee Show, a place for stories, connection, and a reminder that recovery is possible. If you wouldn't mind inviting God in this room with me with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. That prayer has evolved for me throughout my journey. At first it meant nothing to me. It was just words, like almost like ritual. But I never put any thought into it. And I'll never forget the first time I went to treatment. I had this counselor in there. He wasn't a counselor, he was a PA. And typical problems in treatment, they never change. There's nothing new under the sun. So and so ate all the peanut butter, there's no yogurt left. This guy snores too loud. Someone left their clothes in the washer. Just goofy stuff that is always happening in treatment. And I remember I'd be complaining, and this particular PA would say, "Well, did you say the Serenity Prayer?" Man, I would get so mad. I'd be like, "No, I didn't." And I'm telling you, so like I said, I never put any thought into it, and you know, I ended up relapsing. Well, the second time I go to treatment, which was the time I actually ended up getting it, it stuck this time. I was in a place called NeoCap, and it's a cognitive-based treatment facility. It's like a 5.5 month program. This is where I had my psychic change. This was where I decided that I was really gonna do this time. I was really gonna put everything into this. And I'll never forget it. I'm laying in my bed having a sucker attack one night for no reason, and his voice came into my brain. I heard his voice. Did you say the Serenity Prayer? And at this point, I was at the point where I was willing to do whatever it took to stay sober. So I thought, let's give it a shot. And I laid there and I said the Serenity Prayer, and I said it again, and I said it again. I don't remember how many times I said it, but it worked. And I'm like, that mother effer. Wait till I see him. I made it a point when I got out of there and I went back to treatment like this. I found him. He was still there, and I shook his hand and I thanked him. And I said, I said the Serenity Prayer and it worked. And he goes, whoa, whoa, well, what do you know, right? Just a little side note. So today I want to talk about journaling. And I'm so bad at promoting myself because, you know, I'm that's not really why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because it's awesome and I believe it's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I need to get better at promoting myself and the things that I'm trying to do to further this thing. And my lovely fiance and I designed and created this beautiful journal. It's on Amazon. There's the promotion. But I just want before I get into this, I want to just go over just some facts about journaling. These are facts, by the way. This is not subjective. This is something you can look up for yourself. Journaling is a powerful and non-judgmental tool offering numerous benefits, not only for people in recovery, but anybody. It promotes emotional healing, self-awareness, and accountability. Journaling can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression from anywhere between 20 and 45%. Come on. Another survey found that 64% of people rely on journaling and 45% say it makes them feel more in control of their life and their health. Now, if you're an alcoholic and you're anything like me, the the possibility to have control over anything is quite appealing. So today I want to read something that I have written in my journal. And in all seriousness, journaling has been one of the things, it's been one of the main pillars of the foundation of what has kept me sober. So I highly recommend it to anybody and everybody. Again, not just people in recovery, but it's an extremely useful tool. And today I want to read something that I have written in my journal. It starts with Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I spent so much time doing everything I could to get outside of myself using drugs and alcohol. It was not real. It was artificial. The more I seek God, He continues to fulfill me in ways I never knew possible. My life is headed in a direction that surpasses my wildest dreams. God has revealed a path that leads to a place I only thought exists in movies and dramatic books, where possibility and opportunity are endless. A path that will allow my heart and soul to overflow with a fulfillment that is very real. A great friend brought something to my attention recently. He said, "You still think that you can't do things." And that might sound silly, but I had a revelation in that moment. He was right. Um, I am so used to chaos and not having stability that stability feels foreign to me still. And I am over 2 years into sobriety in a very stable place. I want to say the first 3 months of living in my apartment where I'm at now, I was so uncomfortable. It was almost like that impending doom feeling. I can't say that I have that so much anymore, but it's an awkward feeling when you're so used to just the opposite of stability. And so I just think that's an important point to talk about because you guys, we deserve to be happy. We deserve to have a good life. And once we get our stuff together and get sober, it is it is a reality. It's not fantasy. It's not something that I just daydream about. I get up and go to work every day. I get to pay my rent on time every month. I don't know if anybody can relate to that feeling of just it just doesn't feel real all the way. Let me know. You know, people often forget how rare second chances are. And it's a gift. I have been given a gift in sobriety. I have been given a second chance, a new lease on life. Literally. Sometimes I think about, sometimes I wonder if I'm just going to wake up and this has all been a dream and I'm in jail. Or sometimes I think to myself, like, my life is so good today that, like, I wonder if I actually died, you know? I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but It's real. This is real, and you can have it too. And it doesn't matter where you're at. It does not matter where you're at. It does not matter what you've done. This is a real thing. It is a reality, and you can have it too. I genuinely wish everybody could feel the way I feel. I would do it for you if I could. You know, I have some people in my family that I would do it for them if I could. And I want nothing more for these people to just be okay. You know, if you're watching this and you believe in the power of prayer, please pray for my mother and my father. I would really appreciate it. Strengthen your relationship with God. When you have a relationship with God, it automatically improves your relationships with other people, including your spouse and your children. You begin to understand the responsibilities you have as a role model, as a protector, and a provider. Man, I'm speaking to just the men at this moment. Just the guys. If you're listening to this, guys, we were put here to be protectors, providers, and role models. When you're getting high, when you're in active addiction, you have no chance at being any one of those things. You're the complete opposite. I know when I was in addiction, when I was in active addiction, I was the furthest thing from a protector, a provider, and a role model. I was a parasite. I was a parasite. Just taking, not giving anything. I wasn't contributing anything to society or to my future. And that's not why we were here. That void, the void that I was trying to fill with drugs and alcohol and whatever else, there's only one way to fill that. It is come into a relationship with God. He will reveal your purpose to you. If he did it for me, he'll definitely do it for you. I'm not special or different from anybody. God came and got me out of the dirt. When I was God's enemy, he was still there. When I was totally against God, he still chose me. And if he'll do that for me, I know he'll do it for you. It just takes willingness. And everybody's path is different. I could not stop doing drugs on my own. I did not have the willpower to do that. It had to be stopped for me. God had to do for me what I was not able to do for myself. And for me, that act of providence was when I got arrested. Getting arrested saved my life. The Lake County Police, Lake Geauga Recovery Centers, Geauga Drug Court, Judge Paschke, Greg, Maureen, Aaron. I had mentors, Daryl and his wife Dawn. It takes a village. It takes a village of people. You know, and that's the most beautiful thing about this whole thing is you don't have to do it alone. You can't do it alone. And why would you want to? I don't think as human beings, we're not meant to be alone. Especially if you follow the biblical timeline. We are not meant to be alone, and we don't have to be. You know. I don't know if any of this is making any sense to anybody, but if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. And oh my goodness, I surpassed 100 subscribers on YouTube. I'm at like 136 subscribers on YouTube, and anybody that's ever tried to do YouTube knows that YouTube subs are hard earned. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you guys. Anybody that's following this journey that I'm documenting, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm literally figuring everything out as I go. I'm lucky enough to have a great woman by my side that supports me in everything I do. So I do have help, but like I have no idea what I'm doing, you know? So if you're following me and you're watching this journey, you are helping me see my dreams come to fruition. My dream is to travel this world and share my testimony of hope and inspire other people to come into a relationship with God and discover their purpose. Because if more people in this world knew their purpose, this world would be a different place. I don't think we were meant to go to work and clock in and go to work and work for another human for the rest of our lives and make some company or factory rich while we deteriorate our bodies, our mind, and our soul. I don't know. I'm grateful for my job, and my job has allowed me to be able to invest my time and my money into what I'm doing right now with you. But it's not my dream. This is my dream. So, thank you. And it also helps me stay sober. What I'm doing right now, sharing my testimony, anyone who's seen my story on Rise Above with Kevin Lanning or Get a Grip, you know, it's helping me stay sober. Yeah, it's cool. I've gotten so much positive feedback about, people reaching out to me saying that my story inspired them, and that's awesome. But you guys are helping me more than I'm helping you. This right now is helping me stay sober, and I just want everybody to feel like I feel. So I'm gonna do my best to convey that, in these videos. So, if you have a story you want to share, please, please, I would be honored to share your story and talk about how I relate to it. You can email us at thegandeeshow@gmail.com. And just remember that if you took anything from this video today, you do not have to do this alone. You're not alone. Please reach out. You can have a good life. You deserve to be happy, and you are loved. I'm out.